Welcome back to Naval News. My name's Aaron from Subbrief. The news comes at us today from usni.org. Support the Naval Institute by going to usni.org and becoming a member today and letting them know that we appreciate all the work that they do over there. It means a lot. So here's a big picture of where the U.S. Navy fleets are at this week. Just quickly, we're going to summarize this up front for you. USS Tripoli off the coast of Southern California doing some workups. Large naval exercise group there. We usually see ships doing drills there like they're doing now right before they go underway for a long period of time deployment, so that we can expect that for the Tripoli. The Kearsarge amphibious ready group is already underway in the Atlantic. We'll see where she ends up. We don't know. The Harry S. Truman character strike group continues to be deployed in the Ionian Sea. She was originally to go to the Persian Gulf, or at least the Arabian Gulf over there near India and Iran. But because of the drama in Ukraine going down last month, she's been patrolling the Ionian Sea, keep an eye on things in that theater. All the way over in the Pacific, we have a lot of activity going on. The Ronald Reagan's continuing its winter maintenance, so it's in port, but the American Expeditionary Strike Group is in Sabo, Japan, and Abraham Lincoln is underway in the character strike group. It looks like in the Philippine Sea there, or the Sulu Sea, to be more specific. All right, let's take a look at some pictures and see what people are up to today. The total battle force is 298 ships. That is unchanged. Only 80 ships are underway at the time of this recording. In Japan, let's start there. Japan, we have sailors of the U.S. Navy only forward deployed aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan prepared to reattach the starboard anchor chain, completing preventive maintenance. So here you got fresh coat of paint on the anchor chain here ashore, and they're going to start attaching these links here and reeling it up. A lot of maintenance going on in every little part of these ships, even the anchor chains and all the bits and bobs inside this very large aircraft carrier. From the piece, USS Ronald Reagan CVN-76 is in port in Yokosuka, Japan, conducting annual winter maintenance availability. The carrier began a 4-month selected restricted availability on January 13th, so we're quickly coming to the end of that, following a 5-month deployment to the Middle East. Employees from Puget Sound Naval Shipyard and Intermediate Maintenance Facility Norfolk Naval Yard, along with the ship's force and contractors, are working together. A lot of people, including Japanese workers as well, working to get the ship back to sea. Good to see that. So here's down in the Sulu Sea. I absolutely love this picture. Look at this. Whole bunch of American real estate sailing around the Pacific Ocean right now. Loaded for bear, too. Beautiful ship. Beautiful ship. I absolutely love how the aircraft carriers look, and their mission in peacetime is critical. I do support that. This is the Abraham Lincoln, though, part of the character strike group patrolling the Sulu Sea right now. She's operating in Philippine waters, training with exercise Balikatan 27, ongoing through April 8th. So that's getting ready to wrap up here. Training involves over 5,000 U.S. and 3,800 Philippine personnel, according to Stars and Stripes. The Marines from the regimental headquarters operating out of tactical vehicles and tents at an austere location, naval base, Camilo Ocias. I've never heard of that. Oh, and operating on the mainland of Luzon as well. So they're doing a lot of ashore stuff with the Marines as well as at sea. The Character Strike Group 3 has Carrier Air Wing 9, Abraham Lincoln. There we go. We have Captain Michael Landbane Left, outgoing commander of the Character Air Wing 9 inside the F-18 Super Hornet, assigned to the Top Hatters and Strike Fighter VFA-14. Also Captain Lewis Calloway, incoming commander. So we have the outgoing commander and the incoming commander flying together there. Very cool. Very cool. That's a nice change of command ceremony. I love the way they do it. That's very good. Okay, so Carrier Air Wing 9 is based out of Naval Air Station Lemoore, California. It is embarked on Abraham Lincoln, includes a total of 9 squadrons. Wow. So we got the Black Aces, the Top Hatters, as we just saw, the Vigilantes, the Black Knights, the Wizards, the Wallbangers, the Titans, the Chargers, and the Raptors, all working together. That's a combination of logistics, helicopter, maritime support, electronic attack squadrons, and then, of course, the big, shiny F-18s that everyone recognizes, right? But there's a lot of support that goes alongside those fighter aircraft. All right, on the cruiser, sailors get ready to handle lines on the flight deck of the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln CVN-72 during a fueling at sea with the Military Sea Lift Command replenishment oiler USNS Guadalupe TAO 200. And the Ticonderoga class on the far side, you can see them there in the distance. Take a look at this. So in between here is this, replenishment ship. And they're going to replenish both the Ticonderoga and the carrier at the same time. Very cool. A lot of hard work is going on at sea. Speaking of hard work, here we have a sailor, machinist mate, third class, Aaron Bacted from San Francisco, conducts routine maintenance aboard Arleigh Burke guided missile cruiser destroyer USS Spruance, DDG 111. And here we go. Look at this man. I'm not quite sure what he's working on. These look like, either fuel lines or hydraulic lines. Not 100% sure. Maybe he's working on the engine there. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I'm not used to seeing sailors work alone. Whenever I see a picture like this, I'm like, where is the supervisor? Where's the reader worker routine at? Because we do things a little bit different on submarines, but he's probably just doing routine maintenance. All right, so Destroyer Squadron 21 is based out of San Diego, California, and is embarked with a carrier. That's the USS Fitzgerald, the Gridley, the Sampson, and the Spruance, DDG 109. What? They changed the number on us. Yeah, that's a typo, I believe. I'm pretty sure Spruance is supposed to be DDG 111. Anyway, I won't correct them. I could be wrong. Okay, at the Ionian Sea. Okay, so we're going into the Mediterranean now. Right here we have aviation bosun's mate handling airman Nadia Chappell from Cincinnati directs a F-18E Super Hornet attached to the Blue Blasters, Strike Fighter Squadron VFA 34 on the flight deck of the Nimitz class aircraft carrier USS Truman, CVN 75. It's one of our newer ones. Nice. So they're at sea at the Ionian Sea. Let's see if we can get a close-up of what these two are doing. See, now here we go. Reader worker routine. We got two sailors working together. He's doing the work. He's doing the supervising. But look how dirty his jacket is, man. These guys must have really been going at it. Goodness gracious. You almost can't see the safety yellow anymore. All right. So Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is extending the deployment on the U.S. or the Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group as it escorts the Air Wing 1 to hedge against Russian aggression in Europe. Two defense officials confirmed USNI News on Thursday. So they've been extended. We'll see how much longer they actually stay there, because the Truman's already spent 4 months operating in the Mediterranean Sea since Austin ordered the strike group to remain on station in December. I didn't realize it had been that long. We've been following this, but yeah, time flies, doesn't it? So we'll see how much longer they can stay there. They can stay there a long time because there's a lot of friendly ports that they can pull in to replenish supplies and whatnot. And they honestly don't even need to pull in to replenish. They can use their air assets to get shipped ashore and vice versa. So here we go. Here we got a young sailor cheering on his F-18. He's like, go. I love how thick his rope is for his little whistle. That's hilarious. This is a great picture. Great picture. He's like, yay. Okay. Aviation bosun's mate handling third class Gazvel Bolton from Kansas City, Missouri, directs the pilot of the FA-18E Super Hornet attached to the Flying Checkmates, part of VFA 211 on board the Harry S. Truman. Really cool picture there. Oh, and here we go. More sailors working. Hey, these guys are actually hustling. Look at this. Look at these two chads going. So got some helicopter resupply going on here. Here you can see this pole here. This is used, I believe, for grounding the helicopter before it lands. Or that just could be part of the lashing to carry it up. Yeah, that's true. That's not the grounding rod. Okay, never mind. Forget everything I just said. But here we go. Got some sailors working hard, replenishing. Aviation bosun's mate, third class, Kalista Zimmerman. He's on the right. Oh, that would be the right. Cedar City, Utah, directs the pilot attached to Dragon Slayers on the flight deck of the Harry S. Truman. So this is on the aircraft carrier as well. So they can get replenishment from both the at-sea Sea Lift Command vessels and helicopter ops as well. Everything from mail to food, you name it. They get it. Okay, so Carrier Air Wing 1, based at Naval Air Station Oceana, Virginia, is embarked aboard the Harry S. Truman. So these guys have been at sea, and they just got extended. We don't know how long they're going to be there. Could be a long time. Let's give them some credit, though. So we got the Strike Fighter Squadron Red Rippers, the Fighting Checkmates, the Blue Blasters, the Sunliners, and the Rooks, or the Electronic Attack Squadron. As far as the Harrier helicopters go, Seahawks, Rawhides, Dragon Slayers, and Proud Warriors are all attached to the group. Let's see, on the cruiser, this is Guided Missile Cruiser CG-56. Got some sailors here. Looks like they're doing some maintenance. He's got his little tablet, which would have the procedure on it. Looking for, maybe they're hanging tags or something. And he's got a sailor with him. I always did this when I was in the Navy. If I'm doing some work, I'll grab one of the junior sailors and I'll be like, you're coming with me. I'm going to show you how to do this so that whenever I'm gone, you know how this is done. And I did that throughout my entire career. Didn't matter what rank I was. If I was doing something, I grabbed somebody who wasn't doing something to come with me and show them. I hope that's continuing, because that's one of the best ways to teach young sailors, is to have them do it with you, rather than just telling them about it or handing them a procedure and telling them to read it. You know, that's not enough. All right, but let's give these guys some credit. This is Fireman Jared Jenko. On the left, Electrician's Mate Second Class Samuel Curiel looked for a breaker during the ship's set engineer training team environment on board. Oh, so they're going through some kind of exercise, maybe even an inspection there. And it looks like the senior man in this case is the one in the back, and the junior man is the one in the front, holding the procedure. That's the way to do it. Okay, Destroyer Squadron 21. Here we have the MH-60R Seahawk attached to the Vipers Helicopter Maritime Squadron HSM-48 launches off the flight deck of the Arleigh Burke. So that's what these guys are doing. They're getting ready to prepare for that. Looks like they're bringing up the baskets there. The Destroyer Squadron 28 consists of the Cole, the Bainbridge, the Gravely, Jason Dunham, Gonzalez, and the Royal Norwegian Navy frigate Nansen F310. Well, let's see. Okay, in the Eastern Atlantic, this is the Kearsarge. Okay, so now we're getting into one of the Marine groups. Some of these ships are on the chopping block. I believe the Kearsarge is not, but some of the ones with it, like the Arlington, the Gunston Hall. A lot of the ships that are in this expeditionary cruise deployment are going to be decommissioned within the next year. So this may be one of their last cruises, as long as Congress authorizes the Navy's plan to decommission 24 ships in the next about 21 months. Yeah. We'll see if that actually happens. Okay, according to the U.S. Navy Sailors Marine Corps Amphibious Fighter Group, the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Unit joined Allied nations in kicking off the U.S. 6th Fleet planned executed exercise Northern Viking. So that's what they're up to. Based out of Keflavik, Iceland on April 2nd, NATO allied nations participating include France, Germany, Iceland, Norway, Portugal, United Kingdom, and the United States. These combined forces will bring significant capabilities across air, land, and sea domains and joint coalition lives. So again, working with our allies, you know, sharing communications, making sure our equipment talks to each other, very important, and just getting to know each other and work shoulder to shoulder with each other. All that's so important to maintain. That's not something you do once and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You got to do it all the time. And we always have these rolling exercises kind of going on globally. It seems like one leads to the other. There's always something going on. Like we just had a big exercise up in the Arctic. That may still be going on if it's not wrapping up here this week. Anyway, so it's like one to the next. You're always working with our allies. Okay, let's go to the Eastern Pacific. This is right off the coast of California here. A Hospital Corpsman First Class Jacob Lake from Virginia Beach, Virginia, prepares to land on the flight deck aboard amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli LHA-7. So look at him. That's a corpsman. He's looking out the door, getting ready to do his thing. USS Tripoli LHA-6. Okay, again, we have a typo. I'm not sure which one it is. The USS Tripoli is underway with the Southern California operating areas. Tripoli's demonstrating the light and carrier concept for the LHA program. So, you know, the F-35 now has a vertical takeoff land capability in one of the variants. The Marines use it. So we could have these LHAs act as light carriers, very similar to like a World War II concept or escort carrier concept. And they could still have great air fighting capability instead of, say, limited range or limited air fighting capability. Because once the F-35 is airborne, it is extremely capable now. Very fast, very stealthy. The only difference is with this variant that they're using on board the LHAs is that it is vertical takeoff and land. And so it's a good concept, especially if we're going to keep up this higher tempo like we've been keeping up for decades now. Bringing more of these light carriers on and giving them carrier-like duties would make a lot of sense. Let's see if they actually do that with this group that's training off the coast of Southern California right now. And that really wraps it up for the total people at sea. Big salute to all the fighting seamen, men and women, Marine Corps working around the globe. You guys are, standing the watch now that those of us stood in the past and keeping the traditions alive for the future generations. Thank you to all of you who do this. I love doing this segment. It's one of my favorite ones. And we'll see where our fleets end up next week. This has been Fleet Tracker, courtesy of USNI News. Thank you for watching, everybody.